I'm Mike Wilkinson, General Manager and Vice President of Paragon Innovations, a TTI company.
And I'm Mike Willey. I am Vice President of Technology of Paragon Innovations. And Mike and I have had the privilege of working together now for 31 years, which seems like forever.
Yeah. Well, we remember when we started out, we were in the building up in Allen, a little small place, and we went and took Jerry White's course down at SMU.
Yeah, to learn how to run a business.
Yeah, and we were doing text-based Excel on the screen and things like that, and all in person, and then continued up, and I guess later on we went up to and moved to Richardson.
Yeah, remember in that old building we only had a little over 1,000 square feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hired our first two employees, Brent and Chris.
Oh yeah.
And it was.
And Brent's still here.
Yeah, Brent's still here. But what was fascinating was that during that time, that I think was interesting, their cube was so small that they shared. They faced apart from each other, and you had to warn the guy behind you when you wanted to get up from your desk.
That's right. Back up, met the other guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we had duties back, and we divided up. I
That's right.
think I did the toilets and you vacuumed, I think? Or
yeah, I vacuumed, did the trash, because I was not going to do the bathroom cleaning.
And I'm tired of my mother made me do vacuuming twice a week my whole life, so I was tired of vacuuming.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, then we had that big day. We all moved to Richardson. It was our first time actually leasing from someone other than ourselves.
Yep.
And that was a big move. And then that was the old Convex building.
Yep.
Yeah, my office had 10 tons of air conditioning just in my office alone.
That's right.
I was in the office that used to be the computer room.
Yeah. Yeah, you could walk into your room and need a coat. Yeah, that was fun. That was where we built the first official company potato cannon.
That's right. And we shot it over the other Convex building behind us. Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
We're not sure how far north those.
There are probably potatoes growing over in that parking lot now.
Well, at that same time in that building, because we track everything by what building we were in at the time. That's when one of the contract manufacturers up north was interested in acquiring Paragon.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was when we learned that our friend John Dealey once told us about acquisitions. Was that the deal ain't over till the check is in the bank.
And cash, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so
that's right. Remember that trip we went up there, and after we did the deal and met everybody, and the chairman of the board and CEO and everybody, we went out to dinner.
Yeah, because we were convinced we'd got the deal.
Yeah.
And as I recall, you ordered surf and turf.
Yes.
That was funny. So you remember you were sitting there cutting your steak, and I wasn't paying much attention, and I'd hear, uh-oh.
And I remember that.
You leaned over, reached down, and put the fillet back on your plate. It popped off the plate. And then when we got back,
and Sandy, I think she about needed to go to the bathroom.
Oh God, it was we were in hysterics. And when we got back that Monday at staff meeting, I got there early. We'd had steaks that weekend, and I kept an extra fillet. And before Mike got into the conference room, before you got in the conference room, for staff meeting, I had set a place there, and we had attached the extra steak that I bought to a plate with a bungee cord.
I remember that. Oh, so Flippy, that became my name.
Yep.
Like you, Sparks.
Yes, indeed. Well, and there are too many stories about why I'm called Sparks.
And then, of course, Brent Sparks Jr.
Yep.
Or his reverse tandem capacitor up there in the old Allen building.
Yeah, that was funny. So the building there, we didn't have anything but partitions. There were no rooms for the lab. And I remember that vividly. You hear a little sizzle, and then we heard Brent call, "Hit the dirt!" Yeah. And there was aluminum flying out of that capacitor all over the place. That was funny.
Yeah. Well, then we went to the Richardson building, and then after that, we were there a good long time, 9 years.
Yeah.
We moved up to Plano, at Jupiter and 10th,
Yep.
which is, and we stayed there for, we were in Bridgeton 5 years, and we went up to Plano and stayed 9 years. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we had a real, brand new office, first generation space, finish it out, had that really nice conference room, and built that conference table.
Yeah. Yeah. That was. Yeah. Sandy did a great job on that conference table.
Which we still have.
Yeah.
And now we started the Wall of Fame there. Did we not?
No, we started the Wall of Fame in that first Richardson building, because I remember vividly when Minimed came.
That's right.
So we'd gotten called. We were at a trade show, and we'd gotten called from Minimed saying that Hitachi had recommended us to do work for them, and could we meet tomorrow? Or if not tomorrow, the next day. It was quick, and so we jumped on the plane directly from the trade show back into the office to meet these guys, and we gave them our pitch, and they were kind of paying attention and all that stuff, but we had this Wall of Fame in the hall where we had framed printed circuit boards of different projects that we had done up to that time. And Mike walked down the hall with these Minimed executives behind him. And what he did, because they were concerned we didn't have enough people. Remember that?
That's right.
And you were walking down the hall saying, 18 months, 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, 18 months. And you got to the end of the hall and he said, I'm sold.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then to top that off, they got out in the parking lot. We were saying goodbye. And we walked out to the parking lot with them. They were getting into their rent car. And just as the guy was about to sit down, he turned around and he said, well, this is a done deal, but I forgot to ask you, what do you charge?
Yeah. Well, integrity made us give him the real number instead of
Isn't that a
doubling it up.
shame?
We should have said twice as much.
Yeah, integrity is a tough deal.
It is. Which is, we've stood by our core values for all these years, even before we officially made them. But integrity's always been number one core value, along with respect, courage, accountability, and community service. There's always been.
Well, you and I both, as old Boy Scouts, the first thing that ever goes through my head in the morning is the Scout Oath and Law. It's drilled into us.
Yes.
And that's kind of the way we've always done business.
Exactly. Well, now that we're in the new Richardson building, which we've been there since 2010, things have been really good and growing, which is great. But now we got a new chapter in our life.
We do.
Yeah. I'm no longer CEO. And you're no longer CTO.
I know. I got to take the C's out of our title.
That's right. So we've now sold the company.
Yeah.
And we're part of the TTI Group, which is a Berkshire Hathaway company. And in good form, our new boss is also Mike.
Right. So there are plenty of Mikes.
And his boss is Mike.
Yep.
So we're in good hands.
Yeah,
and,
we're mic'd up.
We're mic'd up. That's right. That's right. To the max. So I know I'm excited. I think you're excited too about the new chapter in our life.
I am. It's cool that they see the value, because that's one of the things that we have always done. With our vendor relationships is that it's really different than other places that I've worked as an engineer. We value how people get paid. And because of that, we've always had fantastic relationships with vendors. We've got vendors that have been calling on us for 30 years. We've retired so many salesmen in the 30 years we've been in business, and great guys, and great gals.
Oh yeah.
And it's been wonderful.
Well, some of them are smart. They've left the electronics industry with all these parts and gone in the insurance business up like a McKinney with Cynthia.
Right.
We've retired a lot of people.
We have.
But we're not ready to retire yet. We got plenty to do. And now with TTI's help and backing and access to their sales force internationally, I think we're going to fulfill Michael Knight's dream, which is we're going to be too busy to know what to do next. So that's okay.
I think it's really going to work out well. I'm very excited.
Cool.
So.
And then we left out a very important thing.
What's that?
And that's part of our community service. We've always been involved with teaching, whether that be at the grade school, high school level with interns, science fair projects, and then more recently, the last 10, 15 years, we've been involved with Texas A&M University and UTD, but mainly Texas A&M. And then you've been a professor now, what, 7 years?
7 years.
Wow, geez.
7 years.
Poor kids.
Yeah,
Poor students.
so, that's, and it's funny the way that we got involved in that, because we recognized pretty early on that getting recognized in the community by the community business peers helped us get business.
Yes.
And so you and I were teaching at the Embedded Systems Conference, but we started running in these contests, the Dallas 500 and the Fast Tech 50 and all of these things, and submitting and winning awards.
Yeah.
But then what year was it that the Aggie 100 started?
2005.
2005. So 2005, we got told about the Aggie the Aggie 100, which was the 100 fastest growing Aggie owned or operated businesses in the world. And we were fortunate enough to actually be in the cut for the first
That's right.
the first time. And I don't know if you remember, one of the first things that I told you was, it's always great to win an award, but this is the first time we've gotten an award from somebody whose opinion I care about.
Yeah. Well, not the first, but it's one of those.
One of those, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's great to be part of other Aggies like that. And
Well, I think it's more that one is not so much important as that it's just close to home because of being
it is.
Aggies.
It is, and being Aggies, that's kind of what, to a great extent, has made us what we are.
Yeah. So we've been on that list 3 times now, and I think there's a very good chance we're going to be on it this year. We'll know in about a month.
Yeah.
But that'll be hopefully be our 4th. Cross our fingers. But yeah, and then we won't be eligible anymore. I don't think. I don't know, because we're not really Aggie owned. We're Aggie operated division. So we'll have to find that out.
Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun. We've done a lot of fun projects too.
Yeah, well, I was listening to a speaker yesterday in my Vistas group and talking about talent, keeping talent around, and one of those things is changing people's roles, whether it's lateral or vertical within the organization. And I got to thinking, because they don't want to get bored doing the same thing, and I got to think, we do just the opposite. We don't move anybody into a different role. The projects are different, which is that. So we change projects out so no one's doing the same thing over and over, as opposed to moving to a different division to work on something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's, if you're creative, it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I was thinking about fun projects that we've worked on. Do you remember Schilling Robotics?
Oh, yeah.
Doing that thruster?
The underwater robotics thruster.
Yeah.
And then having to deal with real voltage, 277.
600.
600 volts.
600 volts at 60 amps.
Yeah, most of our high voltage projects today are 5 volts.
With water flowing through it while it was on.
Yeah.
That was our very first official safety protocol.
That's right. Well, I think if you look back, everything from doing medical devices, insulin pumps, infusion pumps, cardiac output, you name it. Along the way, we've IoT. We've been doing IoT since before it was ever a name.
Oh, I know.
With wireless communication, and now all the new cellular and Wi-Sun and location, GPS, AOA, all that stuff's great. The dog tracker. We did the very first one.
Oh,
got
yeah.
7 patents on that, and now we're doing new ones, and we're doing automotive stuff. STAC. The list just goes on and on of all the projects. It's kind of hard now. I do the sales deck. And I want to put all the customer logos on it. It used to be easy. You'd put, the 2, Motorola and Hitachi or something in the very early days, and Interflow. And then now it's just a whole page, and the logos have to shrink to get them all fit on one PowerPoint screen.
It's crazy.
That's why we need 4K video.
Ah, yeah.
Everybody do 4K, 8K, so have more room for the logos.
Everybody's going to have to wear their glasses to look at our PowerPoint slides.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, it just reminds me that, there's 3 things that usually get people's attention nowadays to hire Paragon. It's 31 years in business, it's our customer list, and it's our wall of fame. We do those 3 things. We don't need a sales PowerPoint anymore. We don't need to do any other communication or talk. They're sold that we can do it, and we have high integrity. We've had some questions sometimes where people say, well, are you sure you can do it, or this or that? And it's like, you can't, or maybe they argue about how long it's going to take. We give them an hour estimate, and they think it should be a tenth that or something. Well, you can't be in business 31 years and be constantly wrong about estimates.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's been interesting. We've had, I think about that Wall of Fame. I almost always new people walk into our building and they see that Wall of Fame, they totally get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was your idea. That was a great idea when you did it at the Richardson building. And
we've had to redo them because, like a lot of things, we've been around too long, so they stopped making those shadow boxes. Yeah. And we searched high and low on the internet, and we finally just had to go completely redo all of them on a whole new boards. And of course, this time we bought a lot of extras.
Yeah.
So we'll be good for a while.
Well, of course, the way our business is going to grow now that we're part of TTI, way our business is going to grow, that's probably not enough.
That's fine.
That's probably not enough. We're going to
call Michaels and get more.
There you go.
Another Mike in the whole equation.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yes. So that's cool.
Well, I'm looking forward to the years to come and this next chapter of Paragon's life.
I am too. I am really excited about this, and piece I'm looking forward to is all those new young engineers that I can warp their minds.
Exactly.
It'll be fun.
Exactly. And I know Sandy's happy to retire and just do genealogy and no more payroll, no more accounting.
Yeah, she has been a gem to us, and she doesn't always feel like she's appreciated, but I'll guarantee you, if it had not been for her diligence and attention to detail on the books and on keeping you and I under control on the way we spend money, we would not be here today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We've had our ups and downs over these 31 years.
Yeah, and she's been a big part of us being successful, and I'm gonna miss her being a part of all that.
Well, I get to see her at home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So. Well, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
All right.